The tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Second down, Willis looks to throw here. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue strike.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's good for 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, picture. This one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. Just a gain of a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3. This defense for the Packers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now Willis on 3rd down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came expecting the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the 27, Willis. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Okay, break.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Left thing, 19. Ready.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Willis out of the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete.
Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And this one is right down Broadway.
For almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yes.
And this will be caught at the 30.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
60 Vikings.
Now on 2nd and 13.
Willis. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face, because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
79 Broncos.
Willis looking to throw it.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better.
That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Packers! Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but hold on, we finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
The shotgun snap to Willis.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
19 right. Cut 19. Cut 19. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
3rd and 2, Willis.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick.
And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Tua got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Tua now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately.
And it's a Packers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The Lions take over first down again at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Yeah, they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Right there.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go. Pat the street.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down to the 41.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Ready? Action, 18. Half roll 80. 3.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Steel, black. Zone red. Blue striking. Cut.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Green. Green cap.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Tua sets up to pass it. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Black ultra. Claws red.
On 2nd and goal, Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
So maybe some signs of life. I mean, this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready?
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 39. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Ready?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Tua on 4th down. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. In motion left, that's Cooper.
Right blue. Right, white. Red, cycle.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Moore, the man in motion.
Plastic, 6. Red, yellow. Huge, yellow. Red.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a 1st down. Cooper, the man in motion left.
Six, mega. Steel, black. Blue striker. Grill green.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there.
His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Elliott now to kick this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Ready, set.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Detroit.
DK Metcalf. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Tua now on first down. He's got his receiver Cooper, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. In motion left goes a tight end.
Black shot. Black ultra.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Solid red. Blue black.
Now Tua. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
Yellow blue. Light blue.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Moore, the man in motion.
Red cycle.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Javon Hargrave with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On now is the Packers punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To try again after the sack. Willis.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The offense on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 19. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Lion. Dragon 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Check.
Play action. Willis.
They'll roll him out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go, check. Seven Pirates. Go.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready, play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Practice, 6.
Looking to pass. Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Ready?
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. He hit his first, now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way they're playing.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zoom and in for the Lions. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now down to 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got Smith here. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Slot man moves right. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Airing it out deep for Smith. They got his man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
One final try here for Willis. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. And by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Packers, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's another week to forget as they're going to fall to 1-12 now on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
Ready?